Hey guys, what's up? SAgeek here with another quick Game Jolt gameplay video. Before I get into that though, I am going to do a little bit about game development cycle. I'm going to talk about that a bit so that you can understand that, as a lot of the games on Game Jolt are in various development cycles, and I don't want people to get the impression that a game on Game Jolt is a final release. Some of the games are betas, some are in alphas, some are in pre-alpha. So I'm going to do a quick overview of what the video game development cycle is by default. If you don't want to watch that, if you just want to get to the gameplay, the time code is in the description. Otherwise, let's get into it. There are a few stages, but I will go through them pretty quickly just to keep the video short. The first one is called the first playable, or it's also known as pre-alpha stage. This is generally a proof of concept which just shows what the game mechanics are, what the idea for the game is. So it is the most basic version of the game. The only thing in the pre-alpha that should be set in stone is the game mechanics, so what the game is supposed to do. Once the first playable or pre-alpha is complete and the code has been updated, the next release is the alpha release. This is the stage where the gameplay functionality is sort of polished and ready, and the assets are getting there. So after they are done with the alpha and they've finished the code and they're happy with everything, the game then moves into the code freeze. Now this is the stage where the code of the game, the core mechanics, is locked down and that's not going to change. Once the code's been frozen, they move into the beta release. So between code freeze and beta, they work more on the assets, they polish it up. This is when the public gets their first taste of a game generally. Now, following the beta release, once they've finalized it, they've gotten their feedback, they've cleaned it up, this is the stage called the code release. And this is when everything gets tested to make sure the game is functional, the game is not a piece of crap that bugs out. If the game gets through the quality assurance of the code release stage, it moves into Gold Master. Now Gold Master is the final build where they actually create the game discs, they create the digital download installers. This is the final version of the game that will be shipping to clients. That is hopefully a short version of the game development cycle. I hope you guys understand why certain games look a certain way. But now I'll show you a game called TFC that is in the first playable / pre-alpha stage of development. Okay guys, so this is TFC. It is a little platformer game that you need a mouse and keyboard to play with. Let's do the tutorial. So left click to create blocks, use the block to reach Ruby. Cool. A and D is forward back, space is jump, and R is reset. I should warn you, I'm left-handed and I use a mouse right-handed, so my mouse control is very, very bad. But let's see how we go. Okay, stuck. So you see, features like this is part of a pre-alpha release where clipping masks aren't 100% right. So that's generally stuff that will get ironed out by the final release. Okay, so this is a crate block and they collapse after stepping on them. And now I'm going to have to click a lot faster, and like I said, this is where my lack of dexterity is going to be a nightmare. Whew, made it. Okay, so this game already has a whole bunch of different functionality in terms of gameplay mechanics, which is good. This is the whole point of a pre-alpha, is to show what the developer's idea is for a game. Just one thing to note is you've got to keep track of how many blocks you can place, otherwise you will die. Oh lord. So I can't place in the red and the lasers kill me. This is going to be fun. And I died. Oh, come on. probably died 30 times trying to finish that level, so whew, excited. Okay, I think I'm going to end the video there just because I'm dying way too much. I really have to practice this game more. But this is TFC. The download link is in the description below. It is definitely one to check out. Again, this is good to understand the different release phases of games, so definitely go check it out so you can understand what a first playable is versus what a final release is, and then follow this game because it is going to become big, I think. So have a look. There is a lot in the game. It is a very interesting concept. I'm very terrible when it comes to any game that uses a mouse as one of the primary functions, just because I am left-handed, I use my mouse right-handed, and it is a nightmare. This game is a very cool core concept, and as it moves on we might see more development happening, we might see a change of sprites. It's really, this game is pre-alpha, so it's literally just a proof of concept of core mechanics. There's still a lot that can happen, and this is definitely one to keep an eye out on. Once again, I'm a South African geek, signing off.